around. Clean, 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 clean. Then I already did this step, but you take a paper towel, you just want to wipe the bleach off because we're not disinfecting, we're cleaning. Now, when you order your decal, this is how it will come. Like this. Deep, 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 deep. Now I have two 12x7s. This is 12x7, and that's going to cover one half. And then I have another 12x7 to cover the other. And then I'll print out more hearts. I also have alcohol and another paper towel. This is going to dry it completely so that the vinyl adheres to it. So I spray a little bit, going around all the way. And then again, I'll wipe. I have this screwdriver set out just as a weight, and I'll also change my license plate cover, which was what prompted me to make these. Now it's a little cold out, but you gotta wait for the alcohol to dry. But while you're doing that, you take the decal, and it should be able to peel just like this. So that you have key through. Now I have my key in my bag. I'm gonna go. This is how to apply your LynnexLin decal. Okay, so first I use these Lysol wipes. I diluted it with water and I wiped it off, and then with the paper towel after I wiped it with the cloth, and then I wiped it with a paper towel, and then this is alcohol. It doesn't really matter the percentage. I spray it on there and I wipe it off and I let it dry so that you have a completely dry, free of dust base. And then I cut my car on so I can see my blinker and my lights. This is my decal. It will come looking like this once I mail it out. It's gonna look like this first, and then once you peel it apart, you peel the top from the back and it's gonna look like this. First part I'm gonna apply to is this. And some of the other tools that I would suggest that you get, I have with me as well, an X-Acto knife and a scraper. These two help. You take your decal and you're gonna line it up, the hearts. Line it up. I think I did, yeah, on that one I have just one heart across it, but I want to change it. So I do 3 hearts like that, like this. I think I should move them a little bit closer. You want to kind of position it to where you like. I didn't really put mine on there straight the first time, but the reason I leave, I don't know if you can see here, but there's a whole open heart, and I have it like that so that you can see when I put my car in reverse. Because at first I was wondering if people will have issues with being able to see, but you can. So this is why I take the scraper and I try and move any air bubbles out. It's a decal, so you have to kind of X-Acto it to your headlight. Every headlight is different. Tail light is different. But I cut around the edges. I remove excess like that, and I take my scraper again and I seal around the edges, and also I have to cut the inside too. This one is a little bit more tricky to do because 2 folds have to go in this crevice, not just one, because it's 2 sides to my tail light. So like that. Smooth it into the crevices. Then You want to grab the transfer tape, only the transfer tape, and this may be a little bit hard because it doesn't always separate where it's supposed to. But I like to find a place where it cut a little uneven and get my X-Acto knife and split it away from the transfer tape with this. Okay. And then you just have to be a little bit careful because the vinyl is delicate and it will rip if you don't transfer properly. It's a very tedious task. If you try and rush, you'll find yourself messing it up. So yeah, so the thing about transfer tape is if you roll it back and peel it like that, you get it to peel properly. And if you find a part that's really peeling up, you want to take your smoother and really smooth it. It won't work with an ID card. You have to use like one actually meant for applying vinyl. Okay. That's one side. Okay, this is how I do my other side because it's a little bit different. Now remember, you prep it by wiping with a Lysol wipe and then cleaning it with alcohol to get rid of any dust and debris and give yourself a clean base to start with. Now I have my blinker on again, like I said before, to show where my light is so that I can make sure I'm not covering it because then it's illegal. So I take my decal, separate it. Now, like I said, this is a very tedious thing, so you want to be very gentle with it. You don't want to try and be rough or anything. You want to make sure you're lining it up correctly. So line it up like now what I'm gonna do is cut the bottom first because I don't want to waste my extra hearts because I have other spaces on my tail light that I want to put it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the bottom row off to save it. Back. And then I wrap it. Take my scraper. I always scrape to the outside part so that you could get rid of any air bubbles. It may be a little bit difficult because sometimes when you do permanent outdoor vinyl, the transfer tape creates air bubbles and wrinkles already, so the application isn't always seamless, but it's really good. So yeah, and like that. This one might peel a little bit better just because that's